Welcome back to the channel. The Lockheed F-104 Starfighter is one of the most iconic and controversial jet fighters in aviation history, known as the missile with a man in it. The F-104 was built for speed, not comfort, and certainly not for safety. Its design was unlike anything else in the skies at the time, boasting a razor-sharp fuselage, tiny stubby wings, and a blistering top speed that stunned the world. This aircraft wasn't just fast, it redefined what speed meant in a jet interceptor. The F-104 could reach speeds over Mach 2 and climb at a rate that left most of its contemporaries far behind. Its engine, the General Electric J79, delivered raw power, propelling the jet to a maximum speed of approximately 1,450 miles per hour. When it first flew in 1954, the F-104 looked like it belonged in a science fiction movie. Its design was dictated by a single purpose: intercept and destroy enemy aircraft at high altitudes and high speeds. Everything else was secondary. The wings were so thin that they could slice through air with minimal drag, but this also meant there was little lift at low speeds, making takeoffs and landings extremely hazardous. In fact, many pilots nicknamed it the Widowmaker due to its unforgiving flight characteristics. The vertical stabilizer was tall and narrow, helping maintain control at high altitudes, while the T-tail configuration further contributed to its sleek and aggressive silhouette. Inside the cockpit, the pilot was seated in a cramped high-tech bubble packed with analog gauges, radar screens, and control switches. There was no room for error. The pilot had to be both skilled and cautious. Every flight was a balancing act between power and peril. One of the defining features of the F-104 was its upward-firing ejection seat. In early variants, a feature later replaced due to the risk it posed during low-altitude ejections. Safety was always a trade-off for performance in this aircraft. In terms of armament, the Starfighter was fitted with a 20mm M61 Vulcan cannon and could carry air-to-air missiles, bombs, or even nuclear weapons on its underwing pylons. It was capable of performing a variety of missions from high-speed intercepts to ground strikes, but it always remained best at what it was originally designed for: sheer velocity. Its radar and avionics systems were advanced for the era, allowing for decent tracking and engagement capabilities, though they would eventually be outclassed by later-generation fighters. The F-104 was never intended to be a dogfighter. Its limited maneuverability and small wings made tight turns difficult, and pilots had to rely on speed to evade enemy aircraft rather than outmaneuver them. But when it came to intercept missions, few aircraft could touch it. It could take off, climb to altitude, and close with a target faster than almost anything else flying in the 1950s and 60s. Its climb rate was exceptional, able to reach 50,000 feet in under a minute. The aircraft saw service in a number of air forces around the world, including Germany, Italy, Canada, Japan, and many others. Each country adapted the F-104 to suit its own needs. In Europe, it became a frontline NATO fighter under the controversial Deal of the Century program, which helped Lockheed sell thousands of units overseas, often under political scrutiny and bribery allegations that later emerged. Regardless of the scandals, the aircraft's performance spoke for itself. It was sleek, fast, and terrifying to fly. Pilots either loved it or feared it, and sometimes both. Despite its record-setting performance, the F-104 had a troubled operational history. Many countries experienced unusually high accident rates, leading to public outcry and media backlash. In West Germany alone, over 100 pilots lost their lives flying the Maintenance was complex, and the aircraft required experienced ground crews to keep it mission-ready. Weather conditions, especially crosswinds during landings, posed significant hazards due to its narrow landing gear and high landing speeds. Even small errors during takeoff or approach could be fatal. However, the F-104 also set numerous aviation records. In 1958, it broke both the altitude and speed records, achieving over 103,000 feet in altitude and surpassing Mach 2 in level flight. These accomplishments placed the Starfighter in the annals of aviation history, where it remains respected for its engineering brilliance despite its shortcomings. NASA also used modified versions of the F-104 for high-speed flight testing and pilot training, proving its value in the aerospace community even beyond combat missions. The aircraft had a long service life. While the U.S. Air Force retired the F-104 in the late 1970s, other countries continued to use it well into the 21st century. Italy was the last to retire it in 2004, a testament to the aircraft's lasting impact and adaptability. Over time, upgraded avionics and structural modifications helped extend the lifespan of many units. Some F-104s still fly today as part of private collections and flight demonstrations, continuing to dazzle aviation fans with their sleek form and raw speed. From an aesthetic point of view, the Lockheed F-104 remains one of the most beautiful fighters ever built. Its needle-nose fuselage, minimalist wings, and polished surfaces make it look more like a supersonic sculpture than a machine of war. It's a piece of Cold War history that still turns heads wherever it's displayed. Seeing it in a luxury showroom, glinting in shining silver under perfect lighting, elevates the experience, turning it from a military relic into a work of art. Asterisk. The legacy of the F-104 Starfighter is one of extremes. It was a marvel of engineering that pushed the boundaries of performance, but it came at a high cost, loved by some, feared by others. It changed the way jet fighters were built and flown. It was a rocket with wings, a symbol of Cold War ambition, and a reminder that pushing the envelope can lead to both greatness and danger. Whether in a museum, a showroom, or the memories of those who flew it, the Lockheed F-104 Starfighter will forever be remembered as a machine that chased the sky faster and harder than nearly anything of its era.